What we in America call terrorists are really groups of people that reject the international system. Henry Kissinger, May 31st, 2007, conference in Istanbul. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rachakodash. Double honors to our venerable apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and blessings to the Lord's elect, the house of David. All right, it's the brother Aharon coming back at you with another lesson. Lord willing to be edifying and uplifting unto the elect. All right, now I just wanted to go into a quick lesson. All right, once again, Lord willing, it be edifying unto the elect. And what I read there, and I'm going to read it again, okay, is by Henry Kissinger. Okay, the same guy who Klaus Schwab, all right, learned from. Okay, Klaus Schwab is an understudy of Henry Kissinger. Okay, and I'm gonna read it again. He said, "What we in America call terrorists are really groups of people that reject the international system, and that so-called international system is just a code for New World Order." Okay, basically Esau Edom's attempt for global dominance. And through technology, he can reach levels that he's not meant to reach. In other words, he wants to be a god on earth. Okay, he wants to be a god on earth, and he's going to use many different tactics, all right, in hopes that he can fulfill prophecy and then outdo prophecy. So his thing is, okay, well, we're going to M-chip the whole entire planet, and then we're going to depopulate, and then we're going to go into World War III. And then after World War III, when the dust settles, we're going to rise up from that. And then we're going to set a new way of living, a new standard of living. America will then be destroyed, and we're going to start everything else from a different part of the earth. Okay, and it's all going to be done by way of their technology. Okay, so that is the plan. That is the agenda. Okay, I'll read one more plan, and I'm going to get right into it. This is Henry Kissinger in an address to the Bilderberg meeting at Evian, France, on May 21st, 1992. And this is what he said. The plan says, "Today, Americans would be outraged if UN troops entered Los Angeles to restore order. Tomorrow, they will be grateful. This is especially true if they were told there was an outside threat from beyond, whether real or promulgated, that threatened our very existence. It is then that all people of the world will pledge with world leaders to deliver them from this evil. The one thing every man fears is the unknown. When presented with this scenario, individual rights will be willingly relinquished for the guarantee of their well-being granted to them by their world government." And who is this threatened, or what is this threatening thing that people feared so much over the past 2 years? You saw that one thing. The invisible enemy, like Trump said. And when you track everything that happened, it was all leading to that one major prophecy that we've been talking about, because since 2020, we've seen rapid movements, warp speed movement towards this so-called digital transformation, this digital world that they wish to create, where the whole global population is microchipped and you're controlled. And this is all written out in the open. You can go on the World Economic Forum website, and as you scroll through, you click on different tabs here and there, you can read about their agenda. You can read about their goals, the Agenda 21 goals, Agenda 2025, Agenda 2030, right? So they have all these things there. Okay. And this is all leading to RFID microchips. Okay. So let's read Skynet. And Skynet, okay, is actually a real company that exists today. But it's funny because that same name Skynet was in the movies RoboCop. Okay, I believe it was the company that created the robots. Okay, Skynet. All right, if I'm not mistaken, according to the narrative of the movie. Okay, and the same name with the same concept. All right, they're bringing it into life. You notice a lot of things that are done in movies are starting to show in real life. Okay, that's the primary reason why Black Mirror, the show Black Mirror, was stopped. The creator said he got to the point where he was so shook. He said, the real life events is outdoing my scientific fiction that I'm putting on TV for entertainment purposes. He said the real life events are beating it. And the truth, what he really meant to say, what he's really trying to say is the agenda that we're predictively programming, all right, the masses to accept this agenda that's coming. Guess what? It's here. So there's no need for me to keep doing these movies, because what am I going to tell you? Things that you already living? No, I don't need to create no. I've already showed you what the next life will be. I've already showed you how life is going to be very soon. And we're here. So it says Skynet microchip breakthrough announced that that will enslave humanity with AI cyber lords. The end of humanity approaches. Okay, and when they say end of humanity, really is talking about the end of these 2/3, because humanity is not going to just end like that. Okay, that's why Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has a remnant. So this is all spiritual. This everything you see now goes back to the Bible. It's all biblical. Okay, no matter what they try to show you or trust the signs and do, everything goes back to the Bible, including the two nations that are going to stand at the end and fight against each other, Jacob versus Esau. All right, that's all biblical prophecy. Okay, for Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. A lot of people in around the world are starting to put 2 and 2 together and say, hey, maybe these are the end times. Maybe we are living in the end times. Maybe all this stuff, this is all biblical stuff, man. You got fake ass pastors everywhere. You know how they do the calling, right? The people call and then they be talking, hey, my family this and that. Yo, I've been hearing the Hebrew Israelite this and that. Yo, they telling us this is gonna happen, that's happening, this is all happening, man. Yo, we gotta be at the end. Yo, the Bible, and then they be bringing out precepts that we bring out. Yo, the Bible said this in Deuteronomy did, in Jeremiah did. I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck? Daniel this, Jeremiah this, Second Ezra. I'm no Second Ezra. Oh. We know where you get that, right? But anyway, let's read. It says, natural news, right? This is Mike Adams, okay? And he brings out a lot of good stuff, all right? It says, in the Terminator sci-fi movie series, scientist Miles Dyson is given an exotic microchip from the AI cyborg sent from the future and uses it to pursue radical new developments in microprocessors. This research ultimately becomes Skynet, the global AI supercomputer system that achieves self-awareness and decides to eliminate humanity by initiating nuclear war. Right? This storyline isn't far from reality. Transitor technology was first studied and developed in the 1940s by studying non-terrestrial craft crash hardware that was first acquired by the U.S. military in the Roswell crash of June 1947. Okay? Now, again, that's the whole, Area 51, we have alien crap, blah, blah, blah. No. Remember, the military has technology, all right, that is 30 to 50 years in advance compared to what we have today. Okay, so the stuff that they had back in the 40s, the 50s, 60s, we were just getting that shit right around the 2000s. Okay, so it's like you get you get an iPhone that can do all these different things. Guess what? The technology that they have is what created the iPhone that you use today that you think is so advanced. You got to think about that. They have a whole concept of something known as CERN. Think about that. A whole big ass machine, a hadron collider that is created to just run a whole lot of fucking atoms together, a whole lot of energy together and clash and create something out of nothing. Esau got all kinds of technology. And who gave him the technology? Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay, for them to come up with a technology that they can say that will be implanted in your brain. I mean, come on now. Do you know how long they've been working on this? All right, the MOTB concept, or the MOTB being the RFID microchip, is not new news. Okay, the elders and apostles of Great Millstone have been bringing it out for years. It's not new news. It's not just something that just popped up on the scene. We've been talking about it for years, man. You see? But you got people trying to bypass the prophets like we ain't talk about this already. No. You're not going to bypass the prophets, because guess what? At the end of the day, it all goes back to the prophecies, and you're going to come back looking for the prophets, and it'll be too late. Okay? It'll be too late, because everything we're saying is going to happen will happen. Understand that. There'll be no escaping judgment. Okay? Including you two third ass niggas that call yourself Israelites, call yourself teaching the scriptures, call yourself prophets, and all you do is stir up controversy. You don't bring out no prophecies. You don't bring out no warnings. You don't talk about anything pertaining to salvation. All you talk about is stupidity, idiocracy, foolishness, okay, madness. And Yahweh Bashim Yahushua will destroy every last one of you niggas. You know this, okay? It's always controversy with these niggas. Meanwhile, you got prophecies popping off left and right. Every day, something new is going on. And it's like they don't even see it. Like they just like, oh, let's just keep on harping on bullshit. Like, oh, you know, let's just stir up some shit. It says, this technology was quickly handed to powerful American corporations who soon announced the discovery of the transitor. This topic is too detailed to explore here, but a good overview of the reverse engineering of non-terrestrial technology is found at this link on ufoinsight.com, which writes, so they got a whole website dedicated to chariots. So you mean to tell me that Esau is not afraid of what he sees and what he doesn't understand? This is what we're telling you. These are the crafts of the Lord. These are the power. This is just a glimpse of the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Just the vehicles they're driving. And you niggas are so baffled by that. In December 1997, Jack Schulman, as president and CEO of American Computer Company in Cranford, New Jersey, would claim to have in their possession proof that technology recovered from the crash site of Roswell was reverse engineered and then patented as great American scientific breakthroughs in technology. That's what Esau does. He just steals stuff and then puts his name on it and then takes credit for it. But guess what? The truth is coming out and you're going to be destroyed. The one thing you don't want to take credit for is who you are. So you want to do all the extra shit. Oh, anti this and anti that. Everyone who comes against your agenda is anti something. Okay? And I'll give you an example. It's so funny because it just shows you, all right? Let me read something to you. It just shows you how retarded this society really is. Okay? This is an example. It says, want some of my experimental health drink? I've made it in a hurry. I have a criminal history of fraud. I won't tell you the ingredients. You can't sue me if anything goes wrong. If you have a problem with any of that, you are an anti-drinker. You see? So those who question, all right, like Kissinger said, those who are against this so-called international, and this whole thing that's happening is international. Inter meaning between and national. Okay, hold on, let me get this. I believe inter means within, and intra is together, like you're going back and forth with each other. Let me get it real quick. Inter. It says let me see, hold on. Inter. I'm trying to find a. Okay. It's fine. Let's just do international. I'm trying to get the online etymology, but if I open it, it will close out the whole recording, so I don't want to do that. All right. Right. It says existing, occurring, or carried on between two or more nations. Okay. So between is inter, and intra is within. All right. Let me just see. Intra, inside, exactly, within. There you go. So I just wanted to clarify that. So inter means between, and intra means within. Okay. So you're gonna have the laws that are gonna be passed very soon, starting with the World Economic Forum. All right, and they're gonna do it through the World Health Organization. All right, you're gonna have the international laws, which will be then passed down to be going into different countries. So all these countries are gonna play a role together. They have to be together because it's one thing. There's one thing that's gonna connect everyone, which is the global economy. All right, the global currency. So people are all around the world, all global. That's why you have, I believe yesterday or 2 days ago, so-called Biden made a speech talking about basically an American and an African union or some shit like that to help them develop the global digital whatever, right? So everything they're doing now is all international setting up of a system, All right. And once that system is set up, it will go down to the basic regular countries. So it will become intra. So you have the intra states, right? America, the states of America all join together. They'll all have to come together, all right, to follow these so-called new mandates that are going to be coming to save lives. Okay, so that's what's coming. All right. So it says here, Shulman would particularly focus on the patenting of the transitor by the Bell Labs company and asked a vaguely disguised question as, quote, what if, and then end quote, it says they hadn't actually invented their technology, but merely reverse engineered it. It says, according to these documents, the transitor developed at Bell Labs, most notably credited to Bardeen, Bratton, and Shockley, was in fact provided to the company. And then it goes on and on. Not too interested in that. What I want to get is where it talks about the MOTB. Okay. Where is it at? Oh, wait. There you go. It says IBM Skynet microprocessor design allows radical improvements to computational density, wearable supercomputers, and processors embedded in humans. The IBM/Samsung technology is truly revolutionary for a variety of reasons. The manufacturing breakthrough allows transistors to be stacked in the Z-plane, which allows for extremely high computational densities from the IBM press release. Just jump down a little bit right here. Historically, transistors have been built to lie flat upon the surface of a semiconductor, right? And that same word, semiconductor, was brought up by Joseph Biden about a year ago about how they're going to start production of semiconductors, right? And they try to blend it in with the whole car manufacturers and chips and all this stuff. This is what they were talking about. All right, the CHIPS Act. What do you think that's about? Okay, the CHIPS Act. Let's read a little bit about the CHIPS Act. Let me look it up and see what we can find on the CHIPS Act, and they'll tell you exactly what the CHIPS Act actually stands for. Okay, it says CHIPS and Science Act. The CHIPS and Science Act is a U.S. federal statute enacted by the 117th United States Congress and signed into law by President Joe Biden on August 9th, 2022. So it was signed into law this year, but last year it was spoken of. Okay, and this year has moved by so fast, like early. That's crazy, man. Yo, but yeah, it was signed in on August 9th, 2022. That was a few months ago in the summertime. Okay, in the summertime. It says the act provides roughly $280 billion in new funding to boost domestic research and manufacturing of semiconductors in the United States. Right? So now we know they're investing $280 billion, okay, to do research and manufacturing. Research and manufacturing. Why do you think Neuralink is in existence right now? See, this is what these other camps and these other groups are not telling you about. They're not going to go into all these prophecies and give you all the stuff that's actually happening, wake you up and give you warning of what's coming. Because if they're spending all this money and time into these things, do you know what they've actually created in order for them to enact and actually bring this stuff into existence, into life, for it to work, in order for it to be enforced? That's why the scriptures talk about Revelation 12:12, that the devil is going to come down upon the earth having great wrath, right? Great wrath, because they know that they have but a short time, that their rulership is coming to an end. So they're going to take up a lot. Listen, Esau is about to go in. Okay? So semiconductors, right? Let's go back to the article. It says here, it says historically, transistors have been built to lie flat upon the surface of a semiconductor with the electric current flowing literally or side to side through them. With new vertical transport field effect transistors, or VTFET, IBM and Samsung have successfully implemented transistors that are built perpendicular to the surface of the chip with a vertical or up and down current flow. All right. The press release specifically cites the potential for such microprocessors to be embedded in all sorts of new systems, greatly expanding the Internet of Things. So the expansion of the Internet of Things means that it will be expanded to include people. And that's where you have the Internet of Bodies. So you have the same devices will be in the technology, and those same devices will also be in the people, so they could be interconnected. Okay, the internet. Okay, the networking of the people and the technology. All right, it will be between the Internet of Things and the Internet of Bodies. That's their so-called New World Order, all right there. Something they've been planning since 1776, and now it's all coming to fruition. But remember, according to prophecy, let's get that. Okay, that there's judgment that's coming, and it's coming fast. That is why they don't have time. Okay, that so-called doomsday clock is almost running out, man. It's over. It's over with. Okay, this is the book. Let me get this. This is the book of Job, chapter 20, and verse 5. It says that the triumphing. Let me get verse 4. Let's start off with verse 4. It says, "Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment." Okay, so these devils, all right, these hypocrites, all right, they're triumphing right now. Okay, they're enjoying their time. They're giving you speeches and telling you about how great their plans are gonna be, and how you own nothing and you be happy. Okay, 2023, you're going to really see these devils triumphing, man. Why? Because they're gonna think they've gotten it. The people are starving, right? The system is all down. There are no more jobs, right? We've managed to depopulate the earth well enough, right? We have everything like in a grid form. We have it under control. We shut down the internet, we restructure everything, and then we set it up again and say, here you go. The Internet of Things are set up. Now, get ready for the Internet of Bodies. Where them hands at? Where them foreheads at? Let's go. All right, we don't got time. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Bring them foreheads and bring them hands. Let's go. And that's the reality. Okay, but guess what? In the midst of the bring them foreheads, bring them hands, let's go, let's go, let's go. This what happens. Job 20 and verse 22, it says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. Now, what does it mean to be in straits? Let's look it up. Okay, this is how you gain understanding. You got to look up the words. All right, it says straight. It says to bind, to be distressed. Why are they going to be in distress? Because the men of the Lord are blowing the trumpet. They're giving warning. They're waking up the elect. Israel is waking up. All right, we're becoming a problem, just like in the time of the Roman Empire. Okay, when you actually go into the historical information, like books like the book of Josephus, right? The book of Josephus, it goes into the antiquities of the Jews and so on and so forth. There are many stories, detailed stories on how the Jews, which are the Israelites, all right, the so-called, like Esau likes to go around calling the Hebrew Israelites, right? But we're just Israelites. That's all we are. We are the Israelites. They know it's not that deep. The Israelites, automatically, we spoke Hebrew. All right. So it's almost redundant to say Hebrew Israelites. We are Israelites and we spoke Hebrew. That's who we are as a people and our language. They go together. Okay. But again, they do that to tie it in. They tie it in with what? Black. You see, that's why they have it that way. When people hear Hebrew Israelites, they think, oh, black Hebrew. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're Israelites. Okay. But ultimately, when you read, like I said, going back to the example, when you read those books, right, they show you, there's an example, I believe, who was it? Pontius Pilate. Okay. Pontius Pilate, there was an account where he was trying to build a dam, if I'm not mistaken, and it was going to run through Judea. Okay. And Jake was like, oh, hell no. No, that's not going to happen. Nope. And he said, he said, he knew that they were going to stand up against him. So what he did was he told his guards, hey, arm up. And when they come up and start doing this rebellious shit, you press up on them. All right. Don't do nothing crazy. Just, run up on them, just so they could run back and we could do what we got to do. And when they came up with that type of energy, you got Jake's putting their head down, laying their neck out. He said, cut this neck right now. I told you, we're not leaving. We're not going to allow you to come in here and build this shit. Nah, fuck that. You're going to have to do it another way. All right? And you're going to have to do it over my dead body. You're not coming over here like that. You know? Got that Onaya spirit. You know? Like, nah, I'm going to keep my integrity. I ain't going to let you just come in here and do whatever you got to do. That's the same spirit that the Lord is raising up again in these last days. Okay? That spirit of, nah, we tired of you devils. We know exactly what your plans are, and we ain't with it. And that's what's going to cause the distress. Okay? That's going to make Esau go and what? Be in straits. Okay? And that's what he's going to what? He's going to then besiege you Jakes. All right? As is written in 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter. All right? The 68th verse on the way down. Okay? About the burning wrath of the multitude that's kindled over you. Okay? So going back to Job 20 and verse 23, continuing, it says, when he's about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. Because ultimately, him filling his belly is when he fulfills his agenda of who he thinks he's going to be, which is a God on earth. Right? You've been hearing it, World Economic Forum, once again. I believe Klaus Schwab, the latest thing that I've heard him say was God is dead and blah, 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 and all this bullshit. So the Lord has to show his hand real quick. You know, hey, listen, I'm still here and I'm going to show you right fast. Your little bald punk ass about to get it. Okay? What's his name? Evelyn Rothschild got cooked. You finna get cooked soon. All right? The Most High is not playing. And he hates you devils. Okay? There's nothing you could do to hide. You in America, small ass, little tiny ass Americans making laws to go against the scriptures. Oh man, it's so funny. All right. It says, verse 24, he shall flee from the iron weapon and the bow of steel shall strike him through. Okay. The Lord is going to destroy you devils, man. That's just what it is. And guess what? Your enterprise will not come to fruition. Your so-called New World Order will not come to fruition. All right. It will be a colossal failure. Okay. You're not going to have your Internet of Things and the Internet of Bodies. It's not going to happen. All right. The Lord will come down. He sent his son down. Yahushua is going to come down and he's going to destroy this place, number one. All right. And then reset the whole entire earth again. All right. Let me get that. Okay. This whole earth is about to be reset. That's the kingdom of heaven. Okay. That's the kingdom of heaven. And it's going to be under what? Under righteousness. All right. Let's get that. All right. 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 13 says, nevertheless, we according to his promise. All right. What is the promise? The promise of the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of Israel, the kingdom of Yahushua, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, which will be right here on earth. Right. Nevertheless, we according to his promise look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. Okay. Look for what? New heavens and a new earth. So we're going to get what? A new rulership. Okay. A new rulership and what? And a new earth, meaning what? The whole entire earth will change physically. Okay. Physically, the whole entire earth will change. You're not going to have Edomites ruling no more. So boom, that's it. They've been kicked out of heaven. Right. Meaning that high estate where they get to rule the whole entire earth. All right. The Most High is going to kick their ass up out of there and put the who? The Israelites, the true men of the Lord up there, starting with the 144,000 underneath Yahushua. Okay. So that's what's coming. All right. And that's what we rejoice in. And that's the good news. That's the gospel. That's the word that we're giving out. Okay. So going back to the article, it says, which is the global digital surveillance system going into Internet of Things. The Internet of Things is the global digital surveillance system for the total enslavement of mankind. Okay. Global. All right. Continued expansion of Internet of Things, IoT, and edge devices with lower energy needs, allowing them to operate in more diverse environments environments like ocean buoys, autonomous vehicles, and spacecrafts. Let me see if I can skip a little bit of this. Trying to see if he talks about the MOTB being implanted. Let me read a little bit more of this. It says, Because there's less heat to deal with, high density microprocessors using this new breakthrough technology can be stacked in all three physical planes, X, Y, Z, into densities that go far beyond what's currently possible. In addition, the 85% energy consumption reduction means that smaller microprocessors can be embedded in clothing and wearable devices that generate electricity through kinetic movement, meaning your body's moving. Okay. An example would be they said wearable devices. So you got your smart watches and these little things that track, all right, your movement. Okay. It says even smaller systems can be embedded in human bones and tissues. In the skull, for example. Elon Musk. Okay. And simply operate based on bioavailable electrical potential. In other words, human beings are about to become actual copper top cyborgs. Okay? Elon Musk is behind that type of stuff, man. That type of madness. Okay? Gil Bates. All right? He's out here killing people. Kill babes. All right? Killing people's children, babes, man. All right? But you hear it. This is pretty much the article right here. All right, and what is the highlight? Once again, the MOTB is the talk of the world right now. Okay, all these companies are talking about it, and the people are talking about it because their governments are talking about it. Okay, the whole world is talking about it. Why? Because that's the last major prophecy before the change of worlds. Okay, before the change of worlds, man. All right, there's a book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 16. It says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads." Okay, so that's what you're starting to see now. This is the process. So when the IoT, which is part of the causeth, okay, the Internet of Things, once it's set up, then the Internet of Bodies will come around, which will be those who receive, okay, the mark. Okay, and that mark will be literally, it will be a literal mark. Okay, which the word mark goes into the word charagma or charagma in the Greek, which means a cutting or ultimately an incision. An incision of what? Of a device that's going to be planted underneath your skin. And it's an RFID microchip. Okay? That is why you're going to start hearing the propaganda of the words anti MOTB. Okay? And that no man might buy or sell, and that's the key. Okay? You got people say, oh, the Vanessa is the MOTB, that this is the MOTB, sleeping with white women is the MOTB, Christianity, philosophies, it's sin. Man, and that no man might buy or sell. Okay? So we have to eliminate all those retarded assumptions and get straight to the point, which is the truth. And that no man might buy or sell. So without this device, you cannot purchase anything. And that's the future, the very near future. Save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So guess what? That MOTB is coming. So prepare for the campaign. Starting January 2023. Prepare for the campaign because all roads lead to the MOTB. Verse 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, 17, and 18. Anyway, I'm going to leave it off there. Lord willing, you've been edified. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Baruch HaKodash, the Wadi Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. And until next time, Shalom.